audio article by the Common Constitutionalist entitled Protests Won't Stop Trump. Why Not a Magic Spell? Anytime a Republican is elected president, there are bound to be protests by the left. George W. Bush had his share of selected, not elected, truther, anti-war nimrods, and Bush lied, people died protests. But leftist protesting has been more of a cottage industry until the election of Donald Trump. I don't know what the employment rate for professional protesters was before Trump, but it has to have reached full employment by now. One of Trump's initiatives is to end all funding for the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Perhaps if they change their name to the Corporation for Public Protesting, they'll be able to make up for the dearth of government funds by tapping one of George Soros' many shell organizations. Seriously, maybe I'm just more plugged in than ever before, but there appears to be enough anti-Trump protest groups to fill a set of encyclopedias. For you younger readers, an encyclopedia is a set of actual books with paper pages bound together, representing a cumulative base of knowledge. There is even a book recently published entitled This is an Uprising, a key guide for the movement to stop Trump. Dozens, if not hundreds, of these non-profit groups have popped up to protest every move Trump makes, and most of the funding leads back to, of course, George Soros and his Open Society Foundation, American Federation of Teachers Educational Foundation, Americans for Tax Fairness, Center for Popular Democracy, Indivisible Project, MoveOn.org, Our Revolution, the Working Families Party, the Center for Popular Democracy, the Fed Up Campaign, the recent Women's March, and many others have all organized toward one goal, stopping Trump. Still, with all of Soros's resources and all the manpower, sorry if the use of manpower offends, I predict they will have little effect on the Trumpster. Knowing that mere protests will likely not work, why not try something a little less conventional, like magic? And there can be no better place to conjure up a bit of magic than loony California. The Daily Mail reports that a group of witches have gotten together to not only protest Trump, but to cast a spell on him. This past weekend, a dozen women from protest group Ground Zero Players danced around a cauldron while holding broomsticks during a march in San Diego, California. The Ground Zero Players took part in a march dubbed Fire the Fool, where they signed and collected pink pieces of paper calling on President Trump to step down, which will be mailed to Washington. And what dopey leftist protest would be complete without chanting a slogan? Theirs was, Trump is a fool, Trump is a clown. We are here to shut him down. Oh boy. The Ground Zero Players, all seemingly middle-aged women dressed as witches, then cast a spell or hex on Trump. However, this wasn't the first go-round at sorcery. Another group gathered in February outside Trump Tower in New York also cast a spell under the crescent moon at the stroke of midnight. They have vowed to cast similar anti-Trump spells at the time of every crescent moon until Trump leaves office. They claim these incantations are designed to prevent the 45th president from doing harm while in office and perhaps even force him out. Well, let's hope they are unsuccessful. But just in case, we should be vigilant and watching for signs of Trump succumbing to black magic. We should also be watching to see if Gingrich all of a sudden starts wearing sunglasses everywhere and bumping into things. Get it? Because one of the staple ingredients in every witch's brew is eye of newt. Well, thanks for listening anyway.